I've had a lot of comments over the last few weeks about the videos I'm doing, but one really grabbed my attention. And a lady sent me a message saying, listen Carl, I'm watching your videos, lots of interest, but it's something I really don't like, and you blame the owners for everything that happens. And I've spoken to the lady, and I still haven't got my head around her comments, I've got to be honest. So if you're watching, I'm sorry, maybe we'll catch up again. But everything that happens in your business, if you're the owner or the manager, or both, it is your fault. Everything that happens is your fault. And do you know what? That's a state of mind. You've got to have that in your head, that everything that happens here is my fault. I mean, literally everything. It's not the local council, it's not Brexit, it's not the Chancellor of the Exchequer, it's not your parents, it's not your landlord. Whatever's going wrong is your fault. Now, because it's gone wrong doesn't mean it's your fault it's gone wrong, but if you don't take action to remedy it, then that's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to actually take action to stop other people having an impact on you. Okay? So, you know, if your landlord is putting up your rent, and you can't respond with increased wages or expanding the salon or changing the format of what you do, then you move premises. You don't spend the next 2 years complaining that it's the landlord that's bringing you down. Okay? You know, so everything that happens is your fault. So, you know, if a lorry goes through your shop front on a Saturday morning, I know that's not your fault. But everything after that point is your fault. God, I said that so much. You know, if you don't find somewhere to set up really temporarily, quickly, it's your fault. If you haven't got insurance to cover that and get it sorted out, it's your fault. If you haven't got a new premises to go to really quickly, it's your fault, okay? And it's really important that if you want to make money, okay, and I'm assuming that if you're watching me, you're gonna want to be making more money than you are. So you've got to get into your mind that I take responsibility for everything that happens, and I mean everything. So if your staff are always going sick, it's your fault. If your sales are low, it's your fault. Okay, so it was one of the odd comments, and it really got me thinking about that. It's such an issue, and I hope not too many of you are thinking that it is someone else. I think we got to blame culture, you know, the UK, maybe the whole world. I think we like to find a scapegoat. We like to find an avenue that says, I'm not as successful as I could be because of someone else. Okay? And that just, it's not true. There's millions and millions of successful people, all with the same circumstance as you. There's millions of successful people, you know, with the same government as you, with the same weather conditions, with the same staffing problems. So you've got to take it on yourself. So I just want to kind of, because that's quite a short part, I just want to move on to something else. And this might help some of you, because it's going to really annoy lots of accountant type people, and it's really going to annoy some traditional consultants, maybe a couple of coaches, and maybe some traditional business owners as well. And I'm not trying to insult you or upset you actually, but I do want us to change the way we do business. Okay, so this is what you need to focus on. When I hear about all these terrible things, okay, that are happening, like your landlord, like Brexit, and you know, I was watching one of the forums the other day, and someone posted, and I don't think I commented, but when they were talking about problems in politics in the UK, all the responses, not from staff now, or not from the public, from salon owners, all said, yeah, I'm getting ready and I'm contracting, I'm going to be smaller, I'm going to put up the barriers. Okay, now they don't know anything's going to happen, but they are preparing for something that might never happen. But they're not preparing for it in an aggressive way, they're preparing for it by being smaller. So one of the things that all of them said is, I'm going to quickly control all my costs. I'm going to cut back on my stock, I'm going to cut back on my staffing, I'm going to cut back on my electric. I don't know how you do that, but they're cutting back on everything. Now, I wouldn't say to any business, you should not control your costs. You must control your costs. What I'm going to say to you is, you do not spend hours of every week or of every month checking and trying to control your costs. Changing color tubes twice a year or changing electrical supplies every 5 minutes, whatever it is, do not bother. Once a year, January or April or something, sit down, go through all your costs, okay? Everything you can save on it, finish with it, it's done. Forget about it. You can't reduce your costs and become financially successful. You can't, it's not possible, because you can only reduce them once, and even after you reduce them once, they grow back to where they were, and you can never actually make them smaller, okay? So don't keep reducing your costs if you want to be financially successful. There's only one way of being financially successful, and that's to grow your sales. So do your costs, put them away, then put every other ounce of your body into growing sales. Every hour of every day, trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Take more and more and more and more money. Because while you're doing that, if your sales grow by 50% or 60% or 100%, and your costs grow by 5 or 10% while you got your eye off the ball, it's not going to matter. It doesn't matter if they grow a little bit. You just need to focus on sales. Okay? Costs are never a problem. If you've got 5 million a year coming in, your costs are never a problem. Okay? So take your focus off getting smaller and contracting. Now, I do know why we do it, because it's not just a business cultural thing, this. We do the saving aspect of our whole lives from when we're small children. And it's our parents' fault, really. They tell us, don't they, a penny saved is a penny earned, save some, spend some, save some money for a rainy day. These are all money things that are telling you, I've got to be smaller, I've got to save as much as I can. Right? Well, you're never going to save your way to becoming a millionaire. You just can't do it. The average wage in the UK is about £28,000. If you saved all of that every week of every year, it's still going to take you about 70 years to save £1 million. And by the time you get there, you're probably going to be dead, and the £1 million is only going to be worth 200,000 anyway, so you still haven't got there. You're just wasting your time trying to save. I worked out for some client that if they, of their sales, which was about 30,000, something like that, if they could actually just buy food, water, drink and rent, and they saved everything that was left, it would take them 750 years to become a millionaire. Okay, look, you haven't got 70 years, you haven't got 750 years, and you can't save your way to being wealthy. You can't save your way to having enough money to give you financial freedom. Okay? So, those two things are connected. That, the salon owners, you must take responsibility for everything. So you now have to take responsibility for moving your focus away from concentrating on the small costs every day. Now that doesn't give you carte blanche to say, well, Carl said, I must just concentrate on getting the sales, because we still need to retain some money. So we need to retain a little bit, put a little bit aside for your tax bills, that sort of stuff, so you've got some cash flow. And then, if you want to attain this sales level, the bit you've got to do is, the bit you would normally have saved, I want you to spend. You must spend it on investing in your business. So if you take 100,000, you've got 10,000 in the bank, put 2,000 in for your tax bill, okay, or 3,000, whatever it is. The rest of it, don't save it. What are you saving it for? It can't do anything in the bank. It's useless. It's useless money. Take that £7,000, put it into marketing, put it into staff training, put it into premises upgrading, put it into investing in your business. Turn that 100,000 into 200,000. That 20 grand you got in the bank, that 30,000. Don't put it in the bank. Keep a little bit for your cash flow, a little bit for an emergency. The rest of it has got to keep going into the business. And even when you hit the target you always wanted, even if your target as a salon was 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, You've got to keep putting that money in because those costs are growing and growing and growing. Okay, you've got inflation which is growing and growing and growing. So if you stop still at 500,000 for a couple of years, it's soon going to start feeling like 400,000. Okay, so you need to get bigger, you need to get bolder, you need to get faster, and you need to take your focus off costs and move it to sales. And that's there's a million things that could mean how to improve your sales. And I'll cover not a million of them. I'm going to cover probably 80-90% of the key things you can do over the next year just on these little videos alone. Okay, so that's all for today. So you should know the role by now. If you want me to cover subjects that you want, that's all you got to do is find my link for my email, send me an email saying, "Hi Carl, I want you to cover this subject please in 10 or 15 minutes, and over the next few weeks then I'll do the video and I'll get it out there to you." There's no charge, it's free, and it'll be published every Monday at 12 o'clock on the Salon Help page, and some of the friendly forums will also be taking it on because they want their members to benefit as well. It's my resolution to help as many of you as I can this year, and I hope it's helping, I hope it's working. Please comment. I don't really mind what you say, but please comment under this video or go to my page and tell me how great things are, how unusual the stuff I'm telling you is, or how much you hate what I'm telling you. I don't really care how the feedback comes, but please give me feedback. Okay, I'm looking forward to the next video, and have a great day, have a great week. It's another week of sales, guys. Thank you.